microphone enough? Do I need to make it louder? We're gonna turn this into like. Are we good now? No? Maybe it's a good thing we started early. Am I loud yet? There we go. We're going to turn it into a club today. We're starting on the ground, though. Fun stuff. Now that everybody's already standing, so sorry. If you haven't watched, don't forget to start it. Ooh. That being said, we got another brutal leg day. I'm so sorry. Everybody online, if you don't have access to a weight or a ball or even blocks, you don't need them. The ball and the blocks are just here to increase intensity. So when we do start using them, forego it completely. If you want to raise your heel, because our heel is lifted on the blocks and the ball at some point, you can either raise your heel without anything or you can just leave your heel on the ground. I promise it makes no difference. One's just a higher intensity level. You can always grab something to put your heel on as well. You can grab something that's like a pillow. That's very similar to the ball. So if you want to add in those replacements, you can. If not, you don't have to. And if you want to forego this video, you can always check out a previous video instead. Other than that, take modifications if you need it. If you're sore, take a break. We're going to get to it. Go ahead and find that 4-point position. Shoulders stacked over the heels of our palms. Hips are going to be stacked over our knees. We're going to start with that breathing because we need some breath. Inhale through the nose, arch the back, lift the chest, opening through heart center. Exhale, squeeze the core, round the spine. Ribs come to hips. Inhaling again. Continue with this at your own pace with your breath in a way that feels comfortable for you. Just make sure you're trying to increase that range of motion every time. Awkward silence, I'm so sorry. Go ahead and do this one more time for me. Deep breath in through the nose. Arch the spine as much as you can, really finding an opening through the chest. Exhale, squeeze the core, round the spine, pressing through the palms. And let's come back to that neutral spine. Starting with that left leg, we're gonna step to the outside of our left hand. Just finding a nice little modified low lunge here. Rock forward and backward, get some range of motion through the legs. Find a nice stretch. Trying to target the hips a little bit here. I know we worked them quite a bit on Tuesday, but we also want to warm up the legs as well. We're going to end on that bent knee, leaning forward. Go ahead and reach in front of you. Reach behind. Open up through the chest. Lift up. Thread through. We're going to do that again. Go ahead, reach forward. Reach back. Lift up. Thread through. You don't have to do it as fast as I'm doing it right now. Do what feels comfortable for you. Inhale as you reach, find that length. Exhale as you thread or push. Trying to open through the chest a little bit more every time you reach. More deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to lower down that hand, curl your right toes underneath of you, step back, finding a downward dog. Pedaling out those feet, stretching the backs of our legs. You can add in some rotation through the upper body as well, strengthening through the shoulders. Taking another deep breath in, we're going to step our right foot to the outside of our right hand now, lowering down on that back left knee. Go ahead and just rock forward and backward for me here. Taking those deep breaths. If you have decided to use weights today and you're at home, I have 8 pounds and 5 pounds. We will enter some complicated arm movements, so just be careful with that. Choose a weight that's comfortable for you. Take another deep breath in. We'll start with that flow. Reach up, Reach back, up again, and thread. Again, taking this as slow as you need. If you want more flow, you might go a little bit faster. If you want more stretch, you might slow it down just a little bit more. One more deep breath in. We'll come back to center. Curl your left toes underneath you. Press back. Find that downward facing dog. We're going to hold here for one deep breath in. Send your hips high. Tailbone points to the ceiling. Exhale. Ripple your spine forward. Come to that high plank. Lower down onto your knees. Elbows tucked tight to your side. Lower down to your belly. And press up. Finding that cobra. Another deep breath in. We're going to send our hips back. Cross your legs behind you. We're going to come into a seated position. Still entering that warm-up phase, so you don't necessarily need those weights yet. We're going to lower all the way down onto our back, and we're just going to alternate dropping our knees to either side of our body. Feeling some hip mobility here. Might twist through the spine a little bit. Just keep your upper body pressed against the mat as much as you can. Really should just be feeling this through your hips and then your legs. If you have your ball, go ahead and grab it. We're just going to hold the ball over our head, go through some activation for the glutes a little bit. I know everybody loves a good glute bridge. So we're just going to keep that ball directly over our head. Walk the heels as close to your glutes as you possibly can. They're going to be about hip width apart. Pressing through your heels, I want you to roll your pelvic floor up and in. Full spinal articulation here and press up. And as you lower, you're going to gently roll your spine again. One fluid motion as we roll up and as we roll down. Don't get this confused with our normal glute bridge where we just tap the pelvic floor on the mat. We want to feel the spine imprinting, especially the lower back. Do one more. We're going to hold at the top. Hinging at the hips, we're going to go into those pelvic taps now. So we're not rolling the spine, we're hinging. Drop down, press through the heels, lift back up, squeeze the glutes. Keeping those deep breaths. Don't forget about that. Try to give me 3 more. Make sure you're not feeling this through your hamstrings. Last one. Let's add a double pulse at the top for 1, 2. Drop back down, hinge those hips. Lift, exhale, 1, 2. Lower all the way back down. Squeeze through those glutes. Feel that activation. Get a good warm up in here. 1 more. This time we're going to lift all the way up. Just go into some slow, controlled pulses at the top. So we're not lowering down. We're not tapping the tailbone to the mat anymore. Just finding a slow, controlled glute bridge pulse. Last one. Go ahead and lower those glutes all the way down. Hug out your knees if you need to. We're going to take the tiniest of breaks here. Grab your weights if you want to have those handy. Warm-up's over. We're going to get straight to business. Remember that if at any point this does get difficult, you can always put your heel on the block or forego the block completely. You do not need it. It may seem like you do, but I promise you don't. Just don't use the ball if it hurts or you don't have one. We're going to put the ball under our left foot. Go ahead and use those weights. Reach those arms all the way up to the ceiling. And all we're going to do is a little glute bridge. Press through your right foot. I want you to think about not putting any weight in your left foot at all. It's just barely touching the top of the ball here. We're lifting in a glute bridge, rolling the hips up, press, and lower. You've got it. Press and lower. Slow and in control. Really squeeze that right glute. Couple more. You're here for 3, 2. Last one. This time as we lower, we're gonna add in a little chest fly. So lower, open the arms, lift, and press. Lower, chest fly, lift, and press. This is a progression sequence today, so we're going to be building off of this quite a bit and testing that coordination. Couple more, you've got it. Don't give up on me now. We're almost done with this leg. For 3, 2, last one, adding on as we lift and we're in that full press. We're gonna extend our left leg out, roll that ball, and bring it back in lower to that chest fly. Lift, press, roll the ball, bring it back in, squeeze through that right glute, and lower with that fly. Keeping that control, minimal pressure on the ball. You want all of your weight in your right heel. 2 more. Last one, feel free to add in a little challenge here. As you extend your left leg with that ball, feel free to drop your right arm as well. Fully extending here. Bring everything back in, lower to that chest fly. Lift, extend everything, bring it back through center, chest fly. You've got this, we're here for 6. 5. Really feeling that right glute here. Oh my gosh. 4 more, you've got this. 3, 2, last one. We're just gonna extend everything, bring it back in. No more fly, hold that glute bridge, extend the leg, extend the arm, bring it all back in. Extend, bring it back in. See if you can lift your hips a little higher, squeeze your glutes a little bit more. For 4, 3, 2, last one, bring it all in. Let's glute bridge pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop everything. Pulling in that right knee. Give it a nice hug. Might need to punch out that right glute a little bit. Give it some love taps, wake it up. We're gonna take another deep breath. Go ahead and set that ball under your right foot now. We're doing the same thing. So we're just gonna walk the heel of our left foot as close to our glute as possible. You should be able to tap your ankle here. We're gonna grab our weights again. Adding in arms just a little bit. Extend those arms directly overhead. And we're just gonna go straight into those glute bridges. Minimal weight in that right foot, not putting too much pressure on the ball here. You really wanna focus on lifting through your left booty cheek. You've got it. Looking up at the ceiling. Lift those hips as high as you can. Only got a couple more. 3, 2, 1. We're adding in that chest fly as we lower. Lower to fly, lift to press. We're here for 6 more. 5, 4, stay strong for me, you've got this. 3, 2. Last one, let's add in that leg extension with the ball. Bring it back, lower down to chest fly. Press, extend, rebend, lower to chest fly. Don't forget to breathe. See if you can lift your hips a little bit higher to the ceiling. Check in with your form. Are you pressing through your heel? Is your core engaged? Three, 2. Last one, you've got this. All right, we're adding on it again. As we extend that leg, let's try to extend that left arm as well. Bring it all back in, lowering in that glute bridge. Open the chest fly. Press up, extend the arm and the leg. You got 10 seconds left. See if you can get 2 more. Keep that quality. Last one, stay lifted. We're just extending the arm and the leg. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Fifteen seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Squeeze that glute. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring everything back in. We pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Hug that knee. Give yourself a good break. Grab some water if you need to. Because when you're ready, we're going to get to the standing portion of today's workout. Yay! Really make sure you stretch everything out here. Take as big of a break as you need. Get some water. Check back in with your body. What hurts? What feels good? What modifications do you need to take while we're standing here? When you're ready, we're coming all the way back up. A few different options you can take here if you're at home. Feel free to grab a chair nearby or a table. Use that for stability as we enter this lunge sequence. What you can also do, the advanced version, is we're going to be putting this ball underneath of our heel in a lunge. If your balance is challenged at all, don't do that. You can use a block underneath your heel, or don't use anything at all. We're still all going to be in a lunge together. We're still all going to be activating the quads, driving through those glutes. You don't necessarily need the ball or the block. It's just going to put more priority on that quad, make things a little bit harder for you. You ready? Pick whatever weight you are deciding to torture yourself with today. Say a prayer. Do whatever you need to do. We're going to step back with that right leg. Left heel is going to be over that ball. Really make sure you're checking in with your balance here, because this does get difficult. All I want you to do here, lower down, 90-90 lunge. As we press up, we're bringing those arms to a bicep curl. Lowering down, press up to a bicep curl. Not too crazy, just make sure you're pressing with that left leg, activating our muscles here. It does build off of this movement, so if you find this movement difficult in its smallest form, you may want to think about one of those modifications. Couple more. 3, 2. Okay, we're gonna add on, lowering down into that lunge. We'll add a front raise, coming back down, press up, bicep curl. Lower, front raise. You may need to drop a weight here. I might. Lift, lower, curl to press. Couple more, you've got this. "15 seconds. We're gonna burn out this left leg. Then we have a little bit of a break. 3, 2. Last one this time. We're gonna front raise, but we're gonna step in, bring the weights to our shoulder, come back out, bicep curl. If you need a break, take one. Keep everything as controlled as you can. Is anybody else worried that they're gonna like pop the ball? Couple more. Last one. We're gonna hold in this lunge and just do a front raise. You've got it. Burn out for these legs. I believe in you. 15 seconds. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, we're gonna bring it into that curl, step forward and back. Forward and back. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, I count really slow, 2, 1, step it back and we pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we stand. Oh my gosh. Whew. Go ahead and take as long as a break if you need after that. I felt like the blood flow just stop. I was like, the loud music is really what pushed me through that. Okay guys, we have a little bit of a break before we get to the other side, because I tried to be so kind today. We're gonna put the ball under both of our heels, and we're gonna grab our weights. We're gonna try to breathe to the best of our ability, even though it's very hard right now. We love balance. Oh my gosh. There's gonna be a video of me on AFV, like tomorrow, of me just falling, face planting. Okay, now that we're here, we're gonna go into a full squat and press. If you want, you can bring those weights all the way down and add a curl to press. Do what's in your comfort level for today. We are doing the most. Everybody at home, if you don't have the ball or the blocks, you're gonna just take this down onto your heels, do a narrow stance squat. Priority is in those quads right now. Couple more. 3, 2, last one. We're gonna add in a half pulse at the bottom, so up, halfway, lower, lift and press. You can keep it as slow and in control as you possibly can. Just make sure you're feeling your quads engage. If your back is taking over, you may need to let go of the ball or the block. Couple more. Two. All right, let's just hold it down in that slow squat. Half lift and lower. If you want to be real crazy, you can do a 2-second tempo here. 10 seconds crazy. Up for 2, lower for 2, up for 2, lower for 2. Almost done. 3, 2. Last one, holding that squat. Lift or press those heels into the ball or just do a heel raise. For 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back into those squat pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You've got this. 3, 2, 1. Lift all the way up. Ooh. Aren't we so glad we gave the other side a break? Valid. Whew. Go ahead and give yourself another 15-30 second break. Then we'll hit the other side. My water ball is angry at me. Whoa. Whoopsies. Yoga on Friday, question mark? I'd be down. Okay, let's get to it. Remember, whatever weight you had on the first side, you should probably use again on the second side unless you absolutely cannot. We just want to keep everything even. Ball's gonna go under the right heel now. We're gonna torture our right quads. Find that 90-90 lunge. Whenever you're ready. I could not figure out what weight I had. Oh my gosh. This has been disorienting for all of us. We're gonna lower down, oh my god. Lower down, 90-90 lunge. Come back up, bicep curl. My legs are not happy. Everybody's reminder to take a break if you need it. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's add that front raise. Back up. Lower. Front raise. Keep that weight in your left leg. Burn out the quads. Remind yourself how you had an amazing workout tomorrow. We're here for 3, 2, last 1. I want you to do that front raise, step to that curl, back out, curl. I'm regretting heavyweight choices. I did that wrong. What am I doing? Anyways, front raise, curl to shoulders, step back, and curl. Only a couple more. I think this is the last one. We are just doing that front raise. for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, bring it to the shoulder. Step in, step out. In, out. Oh my gosh. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, step back and we pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. Give it a break. I'm so sorry. Think about how accomplished you're gonna feel tomorrow. You're doing so amazing. Prioritize your homework. We have one final burner of class. I will be using my light weights because my legs are on fire. We have about 5 more seconds. Whenever you're ready. We're gonna grab the ball. We're gonna place it nice between our knees. It's like a soft little pillow. Grab whatever weight. You know what? We're gonna do the 8 pounds. We're hardcore today. Balls between our knees. We're gonna go back into that squat press. So we're laying down. Find that squat. Press up. Squeeze the ball with your knees. Add in a little bit more inner thighs for today. You can always forego the ball. Just gonna make things a little bit difficult. Couple more. Send those hips back and down. Press through the quads. Press through the glutes. Knees stay stacked between your ankles and your toes. 2 more. And then we will add on. Last one. We're gonna lower down into that squat. We're gonna lift the right heel, lower. Lift the left heel, lower. Back into that press. Drop it down, lift right, lower, lift left, lower, press. Take your breaths. Make sure you're doing this at a comfortable pace. You can always slow it down. We have this last one. We'll add on. Press up. This time we're going to lower down into that squat. We're going to lift both heels at the same time if you can. Drop it back down and press up. Calves are going to be crying. Tears of joy. Press, lower, lift the heels, drop it down, press up. Two more. Last one. This time we're going to lower. We're going to do that double heel lift. Hold in that double heel lift. Squeeze the ball. Drop it down. Press. Lots of shoulders and arms. Lift the heels. Squeeze the ball. Drop the heels and press. 10 more seconds. Last one. Drop it down into that squat. Just heel lift. Hold in that squat and lift the heels. You can alternate the heels if that feels more comfortable for you. For 3, 2, 1. Heels stay lifted. Give me a squat pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the heels, keep the pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that squat, last part of the burner. 8, squeeze the ball. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop everything. Give yourself the break you deserve. You guys killed it today. I want to preface with the fact that that was so hard. There we go, guys. Good job. Oh my gosh. Get some water, take a break. We'll meet back for some stretching soon. Let's meet back in center. We'll end with a few of those breaths. Come in for some stretching. Bending the knees. Inhale, reach for the fingertips. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold it over. Last one. Inhale, reach. Link the fingertips. Side bend. We're going to come all the way back up through center. And fold over those knees, forward fold. Anybody else's legs just start shaking there? Mine too. Just gonna try to lengthen the spine a little bit in this position. You can link the arms if that feels good to you. And just gently rock side to side. We're gonna do something very similar to our warm-up. I'm just going to have you walk into that downward dog. Stretch out the backs of the legs. Get yourself adjusted. Feel what feels good. Feel what doesn't feel good. We're going to gently ripple our spine all the way to that high plank. Starting with that right leg, step it forward to the outside of your right hand. Gently drop down your left knee. And just rock forward and backward. On your next inhale, I want you to end on that bent knee, reach all the way up, just finding a nice crescent lunge and a static stretch to the hips. Slowly start to try dropping your hips as far down as you can. Another deep breath. We're going to send our hands down, boxing in your right foot, straightening out your right leg, finding a nice pyramid. Feel free to leave your toes pointing downward. You can point them all the way up to the ceiling if you want more of a hamstring stretch here. And just gently try folding all the way over that leg. Try not to round out the lower back. We'll go ahead and lift the chest again. And walk our hands to the outside of our right leg. Just deepening the stretch as best as we can. And continuing to take those deep breaths. We'll walk all the way back to center. Re-bend that front knee. And press outward. Come back to center, walk that foot to the inside of your mat, and we'll gently walk into that pigeon pose. Hips are going to line up with the wall in front of you and the floor beneath you. Be sure not to rock side to side here. Take one more deep breath in We'll curl our left toes up and underneath of us, press up, and step back into that downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing for the other side. Whenever you're ready, take that left leg, step it to the outside of your left hand, gently drop down onto that knee. We'll just rock forward and backward. Whenever you're ready, we'll reach all the way up with those hands. Find that crescent lunge and gently just try dropping your hips as you adjust to this stretch. More deep breath in. We'll lower down, boxing in that left foot. And we're going to straighten out that leg. Feel free to keep your toes pointed forward, or you can point the toes all the way up if you want to have more of a hamstring stretch here. And just fold over your leg. Another deep breath in, re-bend that knee. Don't re-bend. Straighten the leg, walk the hands to the outside. One more deep breath in. We'll walk all the way back to center. Now we'll rebend that knee and we'll press it to the outside. Taking another deep breath. We're going to heel toe that foot to the other side of our mat and gently drop down into that pigeon pose. Trying to keep those hips even. Take another deep breath in. Curl those toes up and underneath of you. We'll press up, step back into that downward facing dog. We'll hold here for one deep breath, trying to feel that stretch to the backs of our legs. And on that exhale, rippling the spine forward, gently lower the knees to the mat. Gently lower the belly. Pressing all the way up, find that cobra, or lower onto your forearms and find that Sphinx pose. Whatever is comfortable for you here. Looking over either shoulder, increase and stretch. Exhale, lowering all the way down onto the belly. When you're ready, we're going to kick our left foot up to our glute. Reach back with that arm. Either reach for your foot here, and if you can grab it, we're going to gently press the top of our foot into the palm of our hand. As we pull the heel of our foot a little bit closer to the glute, stretching those quads, stretching the hips. We'll switch to the other side, kick that right leg up, reach back, and pull that heel into your glute. Go ahead and drop that foot. We're going to press up, cross our legs behind us, come into a seated position here. I have one last stretch that I want to go through. We're going to kick our left leg back. We're going to gently lean onto the opposite arm, feeling that stretch again through the quad, but a lot in the hip as well. If this is too difficult, you can always lift up onto that palm as well and slowly start to lean back as you adjust to the stretch. One more deep breath in. We'll bring ourselves all the way back into that seated position. Hit the left leg out in front, send the right leg back, and gently lower down onto that left arm. Slow and in control. One more deep breath in. We'll come all the way back up to a seated position. Feel free to stay and stretch, but we're running out of class time for today. Congrats on making it through this wonderfully tough Thursday. Next week, we'll try to find something super fun to do. I won't promise easy because I accidentally don't do that when I do. Other than that, we'll see you again next week, and I hope you have a great night.